Screens. We have to acknowledge that screens are part of life. And I don't want to come off like somebody from the 19th century, but we need to be very aware of the potential harm of too much screen time in the lives of children, teenagers, and adults. And in particular, we need to watch out for screens becoming the main way that children are entertaining themselves, spending too much time with screens. It's not healthy. And what we know is that screens, by their very nature, the nature of the content of them is addictive and highly entertaining. And the problem with that is it is leading to a situation where children are spending a lot of time interacting with screens, and they're not doing things that are in fact critical for their healthy development. Reading is one of them. It's not the only one. We know that children who spend a lot of time on screens read less. We know that their reading levels are lower, and difficulty with reading has lifelong implications. It can actually change the trajectory of a child's life. Screens also have a negative impact on physical health, mood, social function. So right from the beginning, my hope is that parents will see those as something that are the chocolate cake of life. You can't have chocolate cake all the time. A little chocolate cake every once in a while, it's a great thing, but it should be regarded as chocolate cake, not as a staple. In terms of screens in the first few years of life, my advice would be to keep it to a minimum. If we try to translate that into time, no screen time in the first 2 years would be my recommendation, and thereafter, try to keep it to an hour or even less. You don't need screen time. Sometimes it fits in with the schedule as an alternative way to keep children amused. I certainly see the car as a time that screens perhaps can be quite helpful. But even there, too much screen time in the car takes away opportunities that you might do other things with, like have family stories or sing or things like that. When it comes to reading to your child with your child, the recommendation really is to, as much as possible, stick with books. And there's a reason for that. It's been studied and it's shown that if a parent is sharing an actual book with a child, the experience is different from when they look at a screen together. Part of it is just the physical setup. It changes the interaction of the child with the medium. So touching a screen is very different from holding a book, understanding the directionality of a book, that pages turn. In fact, some of infants' first fine motor activity is involving moving those books around. Maybe they're chewing on them, but it's all motor activity. The conversations that the reader and the child have and how they interact with the book is different with an electronic book versus an actual book, and it's richer with the real book.